I should probably say something. I forgot I went live. Typical of me. Never mind. Yes, I sat here just typing up some notes so I don't forget in terms of the transits and things.
Taking off from Newcastle Airport. Let's expand this up a little.
Just typing up some notes so I don't forget in terms of the transits and things.
Taking off from Newcastle Airport.
So, right, we're going to be going from down here, Brighton, transiting Gatwick, going around Heathrow London City, up the Gap. If we turn on the D, you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to avoid Biggin Hill, and we're going to go around and up. We're going to go transit Luton. We're going to go across up Birmingham, transit Birmingham, and then we're going to go up the low level, and then we're going to pop out the low level and go over to Leeds, transit Leeds, land at Sherburn. That's the plan of action, and we'll see how we get on. About a 2-hour flight. Cruise levels not really decided. We are on real weather. We're not on real time, because obviously it's dark. But we are on real weather. This is real weather, apparently. It's this nice. I wasn't thought it was, but we are on real weather, as you can see. So, yeah, fair enough. And, yeah, we're just getting set up, really. We just got the... if I bring this over, you can see the performance calculator that I've used. So I've got the fuel. We've got just over 34. Putting on about 35, so we're very close to maximum fuel, and we're very close to maximum weight today. We're quite heavy. With the distance, we have it managed to pull the information, so that's good. We need a takeoff roll of about 1,170 feet. We're going to climb VR 65 knots-ish, and the rate of climb is going to be 800-ish. If my hands will work. And then, yeah, so we're going to climb out about 90 knots once we get up and out. It says that because I'm going such a long, stupid way around. So we're going to be cruising a little bit lower, probably 2,000 feet, because we can't go above 2,500 feet, because we're going to be under the Class A airspace most of the flight. So we're going to be going through, so like this section here, look, if we turn off the D, you'll be able to see a little bit better. So this section, we're taking off from here. This section's fine, 5,000. This section drops to 4. I'm allowing a 500 buffer, so when I'm saying 4, it's really 4,500, but I'm allowing a buffer. This is the 2,500. This pretty much extends all the way up to the other side of Heathrow. And then once we get past Brookman's Park, it does go up a little bit, but we're going to be in the Class D anyway. So we can go up to, once we transit and we get out overhead, we can go up to 5,000, we're going to be in the Class D anyway, so we're going to be restricted. And once we leave Milton Keynes, we can climb up to 6,000. You got to watch out for the little bits. Like this is 5,000. This is 4,000. So all the way up to Birmingham, it's going to be a 4,000 foot limit. Then we got up to 500. Then the low level is like 1,300 anyway. So yeah, we ain't going to be flying that high, but we'll see how we get on. Initially, we're going to go to about 2,000, and that should see us right for most of the transits, hopefully. Okay, and then finally we have the arrival into Sherburn. So it's looking like runway 24. And we need 580 feet, and we're going to be landing at about 65 knots ish. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all the performance calculations done and dusted. Right, let's get started and let's get in the air, shall we? Right, I won't waste ages and ages doing 50,000 checks because there's no need. I don't always do them, to be perfectly honest. Do the basic ones. Like, we'll make sure the levers are in the correct positions and things. We're going to flick the battery on, give things time to initialize. Okay, so that's just, yeah, we're just going through some boring checks. Everything is looking good. Oil pressure's good, oil temperature is good. Let's get the alternator on. Just reading these radios. Let's set up some of the radios so we're a little bit organized. So, we're gonna be contacting London. So let's put London in the standby box to start off with. So 135.135.055. We've got London in the standby box. Let's set that to 7,000. Nice. And let's load up our route. It's a long route, so it might just take it a minute or two. I will keep switching back to the YouTube and seeing if anybody is left a comment. So if I don't respond straight away, I will eventually. Right, so I'm just going to write down some frequencies on my Google document / scratch pad. So we're going to be contacting Gatwick. Gatwick Tower is on 124.2. Sorry to keep muting, but I've had some medication. It makes me very windy, so I'm trying to not be disgusting on the stream. Obviously, on the wife or the kids come barging in, I'll mute. So, right, job done. I've got the Gatwick frequency. That's all we really need. And yes, we've got London on. We've got London South and London North on. So hopefully we'll be able to get some transits. Right, let's have a look at the performance again, and we're recommending runway 20, runway 20. So one GC, I landed here yesterday. So we'll taxi down, so we'll taxi around this taxiway, and we'll taxi up to runway 20, which is there. Okay, let's go. Let's put that on. Not that one. Why not? And then we will get the map. Can actually zoom right in, which is sort of useful. I'm going to chop this guy's head off, just like I normally do. So I do use my joysticks. My joystick is always on a pen. Every single time I try and use it, it's sat on a pen for some reason. Yeah, I think I managed to not... Nah, I just chopped him in half with the wing, but I did try. And the will stand in these ridiculous places. Right, so yeah, we just taxied out, so just do a quick departure briefing. We're going to take off from runway 20. We better set the Q and H, which apparently is set 1015. We just check that. Yep, that seems to be the correct Q and H. So the this airfield is like -14, so we're roughly good there. So we're going to climb up to 500 feet. We're going to turn right, I believe we said yesterday. Yeah, so we're going to climb at 500 feet. We're going to turn right 90 degrees. We're going to then climb to 1,000 feet. We're going to exit the circuit on the downwind leg. We're then going to proceed to the first VRP, which is hand cross VRP. We're going to climb to probably around about the 2,000 feet mark. I'm not too bothered if I'm not exactly precise, but somewhere around 2,000 feet. Speed around 125, 130 knots. The weather is absolutely spectacular for VFR. I don't believe this is actually correct, but that said, it was quite nice where I don't live down south, I live up north, but it was quite nice today where I live, so I do sort of believe it's this nice. It was a rubbish morning, to be honest, but it did come quite nice later on in the day. I don't know why the stream always seems to lag. Yeah, there we go. I think it's when I click something, it sort of jumps. Oh, I'm not watching where I'm going. Must be some sort of cathedral. That looks really good, doesn't it? That looks stunning. Right, so departure briefing, as I say, very simple. Take off 500 feet. on the upwind, turn right 90 degrees on the crosswind, and then we will turn on the downwind. While climbing, we should be at 1,000 feet. At the time we hit the downwind, we're going to exit on the downwind leg. And yeah, that is it. We have a 3-knot crosswind blowing from the west to the east. So we'll drop 1 notch of the flaps. We will turn on the transponder. I'm going to set the needle to the runway heading. I do find that if you do that, it gives you a reference. So 201. So about, oh, that's too much. About there-ish. It's pretty precise. I know from whereby that there's no other traffic in this area, but I'm still going to have a quick look. We don't see anybody coming. Everything looks good. Let's taxi on to the runway. Let's just check our performance figures. Oop, no, pay attention. So we will be that one. So we're going to be climbing. No, wrong one. That one. What did we say? We said rotate at 65. 2 hours. That's a bit weird, like a ghost arrow. Rotate at 65. We're going to climb, and then we're going to rack it up to 800 feet per minute. Increase speed up to 90 knots. And job done. And then cruise, we need to be 2,000 RP, 2,500 RPM, 24.1 inches on the manifold pressure, and 120 knot true cruise. Right, transponder is set, flaps are set, lights are on, everything looking good. Let's give it some power. Let's take off the toe brake. Everything's looking good. Let's be live. 40 knots, 50 knots, 60 knots, 65 knots, rotate. Okay, nice. We're going to go up to about 90 knots. We're past the end of the runway. We're going to bring the gear up. Looking for roughly, like my hands don't work that well, so I have trouble gripping the joystick, but roughly, we're going a bit higher now, but we're roughly about 800. Power back with 500 feet, we're going to turn 90 degrees while continuing to climb. Power back a little bit, so we don't need that much. Okay, we're 90 degrees on the crosswind. We're going to level off at about 1,000 feet, bring the manifold pressure down so we don't accelerate like a rocket. We're going to turn. Sort of head for this gap, why not? Okay, we're going to keep climbing on just a little bit, so we're just over 1,000 feet. We zoom out on this. Nice big housing estate, like some sort of railway line, very nice. Just we're going to roll out on the downwind leg. We're going to bring that manifold pressure down. Trim from this altitude. There's the airfield over there somewhere. Where is it? It's quite hard to see. There it is. Right, we're looking quite good. Just a little bit. We're drifting a little bit to the right. But nobody's perfect. Right, so we'll have a little look around here, and then eventually we're going to contact London and see if we can get a transit. It's very weird hilly, isn't it? Like, it's just there. And it's, look at how flat that is. But then that just goes like... Same on that side too. Quite strange. Let's climb a little bit higher. So we're going to aim for 800, and then we'll give it some power so we can maintain that 90 knots. Nice. Great job. Just what I like to see, green and black on the map. Right, we're going to level off. As I say, I'm not bothered if I'm not exactly 2,000 feet, as long as I'm somewhere thereabouts. We're going to bring the manifold pressure down a little bit, 24, and 2,500 on the... We're drifting all over the place. That's nice, an 8 knot wind now. Oh, a little bit of a lag. You can get a little bit of... I only seem to get lag spikes down in this region, which is quite strange. I was flying up in Scotland the other day, and not a single lag spike, but down here, maybe there's just more to render. Let's contact London and let's see if we can get some clearances to do some transiting, shall we?
Two stations. Helimed 60, surface winds 180 degrees, 3 knots, clear for takeoff.
And then now
clear for takeoff, Helimed 60,
we are waiting.
Ryanair 110, climb now, flight level 280.
Frequency in for...
Climb 280, Ryanair 10.
I just remember I didn't actually put streaming in my notes. If I go all over the sky, bear with me. Right. Oh, we're very high. So we are in, we just entering the 2,500 bit now, so we just didn't infringe, we saved it. London Control, good evening, Aero 38, requesting transit if possible of Gatwick and basic service.
Aero 38, good evening, London Control, party details.
Aero 38, we are a PA Turbo Arrow 3 PA28S. We are Brighton to Sherburn via many different airports. About 10 miles south of Gatwick, 2,200 feet VFR. Request 1 POB, requesting transit of Gatwick and basic service.
Aero 38, squawk 1177, Mo Charlie.
Well, Squawk 1177, roll Charlie, Aero 38.
Speedbird 20 heavy, turn right heading 130 degrees.
So the first little bit of airspace here, I'm okay because I go underneath that. That's 1,500. As long as I'm 1,500, I can go below it. So we need to descend. So
Helimed 60, which
probably gonna do
service
an
do you require
orbit
outside
to
controlled
descend.
airspace?
I'll do a low orbit just to loosen this
Could you repeat that, Helimed 60?
Helimed 60, say again.
Yeah, can you repeat last message,
I need to
Helimed
be
60?
below,
Helimed 60, which type of service would you require outside controlled airspace?
Basic service, Helimed 60.
Helimed 60, Roger, it's a basic service outside controlled airspace.
So we drop into below 1,005, so about 1,003, something like that, give us a little bit of a buffer. I'm going to assume the control's going to see us, and they're going to know what we're doing, why we're descending, and why we're doing an orbit. Is to lose the extra altitude.
In France 16 Alpha Lima, contact under control 128.130, good night. Speedbird 20 heavy, descend altitude.
Alright, so we're below
2,000 feet.
1,500 now, so I'm going to go underneath the Class D airspace, but I can't proceed to the darker area. So I can go as far as the hand cross, but I can't go any
It is a
further.
basic service, remain outside controlled airspace for now. I'll work on that clearance for you in the next 1 minute.
And outside controlled airspace, and roger on the clearance, 038. So we're under, as I say, we're underneath the Class D. As long as we don't proceed past the hand cross, then we're good. Because once we get past hand cross, then we're going to be in the Gatwick CTR, and that's 0 to 2,500 feet. So yeah, as long as we stay here, as long as we stay below this Class D,
Running
then we're
110,
good.
Roger, just confirm, is that your requested level?
But
Are
I
you
can't
looking for
proceed
higher?
further than hand cross without clearance, as I said. So we're just going to get a little bit nearer, and then we're going to orbit. Then we're going to start doing some orbits while it gets the clearance ready.
Running 110, are you looking for a higher cruise level?
Runner 10, I will stay on 280 feet.
Running 110, Roger. Bangladesh 201, London Control, climb altitude 6,000 feet.
Climb altitude 6,000 feet, Bangladesh 201. London Tower 201.
As Speedbird 20 heavy, turn right heading 190 east, cleared islands approach, runway 22.
Turn 190 clear the island, runway 22, Speedbird 20 heavy.
You might overrun on that one, you might want to make a heading 250 to establish. Bangladesh 201, route direct Gatling, Delta Echo Tango.
Direct to Delta Tango, on 201.
Aero 38, I have your clearance and ready to copy. Aero 38, you're clear to enter and transit Gatwick control zone, routing Hand Cross through the overhead to Buckland VRP, not above altitude 2,000 feet, VFR, QNH 1015.
Clear to transit the Gatwick controlled airspace via the Handcroft VRP overhead, and then out on the Buckland VRP on above altitude 2,000 feet VFR. QNH is 1015.
Aero 38, read back correct. Report airfield in sight.
Report airfield in sight, Aero 38.
And Aero 38, some traffic information for you. There's a HeliMed helicopter just operating to the north of the field. It's probably the northeast of the field, just about overhead the Godstone location.
Roger, thank you for the information. We have the airfield in sight, Aero 38.
Aero 38, roger.
So we
Lufthansa
go up
904,
to
turn left
2,000
heading,
feet.
turn right heading
We don't want to go to
270 degrees.
2,000 feet. The instructions were we can transit not above
Turn left
2,000
heading
feet.
270
So
degrees
don't
for
go
Lufthansa
up
904.
to 2,000.
Turn right
Don't
heading
go up to
270.
2,000 feet, just go like 1,000.
Right heading 270, sorry.
I mean 800. Don't go,
Speedbird
leave
20
yourself
heavy
a buffer.
contact, Stansted Tower,
If you can leave
123.805.
yourself a buffer of 500 feet is nice. And that's what I always recommend, is you leave yourself a nice buffer. So we'll climb up to 1,500. We'll check the QNH that he gave us.
Aero 38, radar control service.
Radar control service, Aero 38. So all that basically means that radar control, Eagle's not giving us vectors, but he can advise us to turn to a certain VRP. So it could say route direct docking or route direct to so-and-so.
To the east.
Things of that sort of nature.
Roger.
But he ain't going to start like tell us to turn heading 270 or anything like that. So we're just about almost at
Aero 38, contact Gatwick Tower 124.230.
Gatwick Tower 124.230. See you on the other side, Aero 38. Gatwick Tower, good evening, Aero 3. Just entering the ATZ from the south, 1,700 feet.
Aero 38, Gatwick Tower, good evening. You're cleared to transit the control zone from south to north via threshold runway 26 left. Not above altitude 1,500, QNH 1015.
Yeah, transit over the threshold 26 north, south to north, QH 1015, Aero 38. So we're going to head towards the front. I have climbed a little bit. We're trying to do 50 different things at once. The Gatwick scenery is stunning, but it does lag out my computer a little bit. So I might get a few little lag spikes. My graphic settings are set up for VFR. They're not set up for IFR, so...
And Aero 38 reports south north side. Aero 038, roger that. Aero 38 contacts London Control on 135.055 for safe flight, bye-bye. Bye-bye too.
Aero 38, roger, route towards Buckland, and which type of service will you require outside controlled airspace? Aero 38, roger.
Sorry, yeah, so basically what happened there, and you just missed it, I just contacted London again. I don't know if you can actually hear the ATC. Can you hear the ATC on the stream? Can somebody tell me if you can or if you can't? If anybody's actually watching, could somebody let me know if you can hear the ATC or not? If not, I can maybe try and fix it. So yeah, he cleared me to continue, and then what he asked me was, what sort of service do I want outside the controlled airspace? So I asked for a basic service. So a basic service basically just gives me full autonomy to do whatever I want to do within the laws and the rules. So if I want to turn, or if I want to do some orbits over a pretty little building or something, or if I want to climb, descend, I can do. Overhead, Buckland VR, Aero 38.
Aero 38, roger, so basic service, remain outside controlled airspace and report when ready to leave the frequency.
Basic service from report with the leave the frequency, Aero 38.
Lufthansa 904, turn right heading 240 degrees.
Right, so we're basically on his own now, so we're going to basic, which means basically he can do anything. He'll keep a little eye on us.
Turn right heading 240 and clear LS 27 right for Lufthansa 904.
It's not going to really matter, you know. I hope you can hear the ATC. I don't know if you can. So if somebody can tell me in chat, that would be wonderful. So I don't think you can, you know. I've got ATC audio, so maybe you can. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It is moving up and down a lot. So, yeah. Yeah, maybe you can hear. I hope you can. Oops, we just went a little bit higher than T. We are outside, so it doesn't really matter. As long as we don't go above, as long as we stay away from Heathrow, we're good.
London Control, target inside. We'll report when about to take off. Helimed 60.
Helimed 60, roger.
Right, so I'm going to rest my hand for a few minutes. Why are we nosediving all of a sudden? Right. Autopilot
Lufthansa 904, surface wind 180 degrees 6 knots, runway 27 right, clear to land.
Come on, activate.
Runway 27 right, clear to land, Lufthansa 904.
No. Right, stop swinging up and down like you want to swing, and actually stabilise like you're supposed to do. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's had one of those days. Right, guess we're not resting my hand. Nice. Never mind. So, there is London. Where is it? There it is. You can't really see it, can you? No, you can. Well, you're not really missing much, to be honest. You're not missing much. Right, so our plan is to go around Biggin Hill, around Heathrow and City, pop up on the other side, and we are done. Yeah, so yeah, interesting stuff. So, well, I think it's interesting. This is what I prefer flying VFR for. It's much more. Obviously, you don't go as fast, but you don't see things like this from 20, 30,000 feet. Not this level of detail, anyway. And got a train station there. Look, goes like there. There's some big buildings. Obviously, that's London over there with the bigger buildings. No, it's all good. We're going to route around Biggin Hill. We don't want to go into that ATZ. We could just potentially climb a little bit higher. We should be okay to avoid it. We'll just go a little bit this way. Yeah, I'm not from, like I say, I'm from up north, so I don't really know many landmarks in the south, so I can't really, like, be a tour guide either. Like, there's a building, there's another building, you know? I don't really know where I am, to be honest. I think that potentially could be Heathrow over there, off the wing.
Southern
That could
Control,
be City
good evening,
somewhere.
Ryanair 251, just start from runway 22
Golf
in
course, obviously.
2,000 feet.
If you want to follow along, I'm just near Biggin Hill. I'm between Croydon and Biggin Hill.
2531, good afternoon, good evening, Lunar Control. Climb altitude 5,000 feet.
Climb to 5,000
So we're staying out of the ATZ at Biggin Hill. And we're just hovering around the 2,000. We're going up and down a little bit because, as I say, I have stupid hands that don't like to grip things for very long. So gripping the joystick is quite annoying, and also trying to then trim. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to trim the aircraft out. But the wind is now 70 knots on the tail. Hence why I've just dropped the RPMs a little bit. And we're going to drop the route, and we should lean as well, I suppose, shouldn't we? Let's lean. About there, I reckon. Should be good. Nice. So there's Biggin Hill. Over there, look. There's Biggin Hill. Yeah, nice. Yeah, the 17 knot tailwind is really kicking us butts, to be honest. So, yeah, Mob of London's just spawned, so let's see if I can pick some landmarks out for you. That's that dome thing, obviously. Anyone that doesn't know, that's the Shard, the big gherking thing. Not really sure what that is. That's the River Thames, obviously. Yeah, like I say, I'm not from London. I'm from the south, so I don't really know. We need to go a little bit more right, just to avoid the Class D at London City. Sorry, I'm tired. So yeah, we're just cruising along now, looking out the window, looking at things, trying to stay semi-level. So the wind,
Standard 904,
the wind's
taxi
really
stand
kicking my butt.
216, via Alpha and Kilo.
The wind is quite annoying.
Via Alpha and Kilo stand 216 for Lufthansa 904.
Nice to have some ATC though, which is my problem I was saying earlier, is I often can't stream on an evening. But the wife and the kids are downstairs watching the Fast and the Furious. Yeah, so I thought I would the opportunities to do a stream and try and showcase some of the ATC and explain some VFR stuff. Because a lot of people don't know, and I'm by no means an expert, but a lot of people are a little bit scared, I think, of VFR, because it is a whole different sort of phraseology. And I think some people are a little bit nervous about maybe saying the wrong thing. But yeah, just give it a go. We have a whole website, virtualaeroclubs.com. We have a bunch. We're currently in the middle of a change.
350.
We're splitting it up in. We're going to keep all the training material. So if you want to sign up, feel free. Your account will still be there. We're going to split the website into two. We're going to have a training website and a charter website. So once the websites are done, we're going to switch it up. And we're going to have best of both VFR and IFR.
22, so you're on vectors at the moment.
So yeah, it's going to be really good. But yeah, we've got a lot of training material to help people.
All right, no worries.
On IVAO, pass the private pilot exam, mostly focused on the CAA, but we are introducing more ICAO, and I want to include different countries to help people from eventually all over the world. Yeah, think big or think I'll go home sort of thing, you know. I will keep, as I say, I will keep checking for comments, not any, which is bad but good, but I've not missed them. So if anybody is watching, and if anybody does have any interest in VFR, and you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat, and let's get a conversation going and help each other to learn. That's what VAX is all about: encouraging people, helping people, giving people the confidence to fly VFR, because it's so challenging, so much fun, and nothing against IFR. IFR is fun for the planning aspects. I always like the planning of it, but when you just sat there for 3 hours watching it fly itself, it's a little bit boring, to be perfectly honest. As with VFR, it's not always hand on stick. You don't have to fly hand on stick. There's this weird conception that unless you're not flying VFR unless you're navigating by visual reference points and you're flying hand on the stick. That's not the case. You can use the autopilot. Nobody holds the stick for 3 hours, a 3 hour cross country flight, you know. If the plane has an autopilot, you use the autopilot. You use the tools that the plane gives you. You can navigate by visual aids, motorway junctions. That's what the VRPs are for. You know, I mean, you can navigate visually. You can follow a motorway up to a certain junction. We've done that in VATS. Many of our group flights are visually based. So we publish a bunch of photos along the route. So you fly until you see a particular junction. So maybe, for example, we take this weird little junction, this little wiggly bit here as a reference point. So you see when you see the industrial estates and the road wiggles, you turn left or you turn right, you know. Or if you're flying to this town and you see this town, you turn to this heading, and so on and so forth. So yeah, many of our flights are based off visual flying, but yeah, you don't have to. You can just fly GPS if you want. You just fly in a straight line if you want. You don't have to do the whole visual thing. Bit of a misconception, which I don't know how it got started, but yeah, if you're flying with the autopilot, you're still flying VFR. Because VFR isn't about how you fly the aircraft. It's mostly about the weather and the minimums. So you've got to have certain weather conditions to be able to fly VFR. So today we've got absolutely stunning stunning visibility, stunning weather. So yeah, VFR is a go. But if the weather was below the minimums, then you couldn't fly VFR. So flying VFR has nothing to do with flying hand on stick or not flying with autopilot or only flying, timing yourself to certain waypoints and things. It's mostly about the minimums, and those minimums are different in different classes of airspace. They're more or less the same, to be fair, in most classes of airspace. We're currently below 3,000 feet. We are below 140 knots. We are in sight of the surface, and we are clear of cloud. So we're classed. We can fly, legally fly VFR. If the cloud layer was low, and we couldn't stay clear of cloud, and inside the surface, we couldn't fly VFR. Now, if we go above 3,000 feet, you need 5 kilometer visibility. You need to be horizontally 1,500 meters away from the cloud. And you need to be 1,000 feet above or below. So the inside of the surface sort of vanishes a little bit when you're above 3K, and you can go above the clouds if you need to be, as long as you're 1,000 feet above the top of the clouds, if that makes sense. Then once you go above flight level 100, it's 8 kilometers visibility, and the same.
Bangladesh 201, turn left heading 310 degrees.
The exact same differences.
Turn left heading 310 degrees on 201.
Right, let's make our way up to Luton this time, and we'll shoot get a transit in Luton. But no, I started virtualaeroclubs.com because there's a lack of VFR traffic in the XU, mostly on IVAO, and I wanted to encourage people when I spoke to. They had an interest in flying VFR, but they wasn't sure on how VFR worked and the minimas and the airspaces, and they weren't sure on any of it, you know. So that seemed to put quite a few people off, to be honest. So VAX was created initially just to help people gain the knowledge, so like a learning tool basically. We have the website. The website's full of
Bangladesh 201, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
the website's full of multiple different things, you know, lessons,
Inaudible.
training, other things like that.
Bangladesh 201, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
Yeah, I hope you can hear the ATC.
That's 4,000 feet, Bangladesh 201.
I hope you can. If anyone can confirm, that would be a big help. Just trying to trim again. No, today's a lovely example of VFR minima. We could fly VFR, but we want to stay away from Staplethorpe's ATZ. So we're going to thread it just north of the London City airspace, and we're going to go between the two. It did say the temperature was going to be like 1 or 2 degrees, but we'll put the pre-tow heat on. And we've got another 10 minutes on this tank, then we're going to change to the other tank. But no, flying VFR is so much fun. You get to look out the window, and not really sure where we are, but it looks good anyway, doesn't it? You know, it looks very good. Right, so we need to, yeah, we'll get past
Bangladesh 201,
we'll
turn
head
left
up to
heading
Brooklyn's
250
Park.
degrees, cleared ILS approach, runway 22.
Turn left heading 250 degrees, And Zebra Island, 201.
I actually don't think I'm going to have time to do this flight, you know, because I set everything up, then I had to help the wife with some stuff. Then I came back and I just assumed no time had passed, you know. So we'll have to see how far we can get, to be honest. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll give it a go. She is downstairs watching films, so I might have a couple of hours, so we'll have to see. How long is the Fast and the Furious?
London Control, Helimed 60.
I have been...
Helimed 60, London Control, pass message.
40 minutes, so...
Current position for Helimed 60 is kind of near Worth. We want to head south-west towards Tunbridge Wells Hospital. Could we have clearance?
Helimed 60, roger, take off at your discretion, current position, the nearest winds to your location, Gatwick, surface wind 200 degrees, 3 knots.
Take off at our own discretion, AFM on the winds, Helimed 60, thank you.
Yeah, so we're just plodding along at the minute, staying below 140 knots, trying to just stay around about between 2,800 and 2,000, sorry, 1,800 and 2,000 feet.
Ryanair 2531, contact Brussels Control 131.1.
Yeah, VFR to me, so much interest, so much fun, so interesting.
121.1, Ryanair 21. Thank you, good evening.
Good evening.
It's not always action, it's like now, I'm just cruising along, I'm not going to... Oh, look, I wonder what that is, some sort of racetrack. Looks very weird, it's in a very strange place. More train lines and train station. Different buildings, a mast there. What's that little thing? Oh, it's a tree. Okay, it's just a tree. Just a tree. I thought it was something else, to be fair. It's just a tree. We could give it a little bit more speed, to be fair. That the tailwind has sort of gone, and it's more of a crosswind now, pushing us right. So we could increase the speed slightly. There's no rush. You should be in a rush. Shouldn't be in a rush when you're flying VFR. Just enjoy the scenery. Some weird big lakey thing. My mistake. I didn't retrim for the increased power. So my bad. See, I can detach the chart. How do I detach the chart? I don't know how to do it. Yeah,
Bangladesh 201, contact Santa Clara 123.805.
I'm going to put it over there, so I don't need to keep switching to YouTube to see if anybody's commented. So I'd hate to miss it.
Aero 38, London Control, pass message.
We're just to the southeast of Brookman's Park VOR, requesting to transit Luton, hopefully routing via Kimpton Hall, VRP overhead Luton, and then exiting on the northwest Sherburn Town VRP. Aero 38.
Aero 38, Roger, stand by, we'll call you back.
Roger, Aero 38. Yeah, so we're just giving them time to get the stuff sorted out and things. So call up a little bit earlier.
Full station under control, back in 1 minute.
Like, you're supposed to call, I think it's 10 minutes away from the edge. But, yeah, it doesn't hurt to be a little bit earlier than that and give people a chance. Once you get a little bit nearer, just keep outside. The problem we're going to have, let's see if the autopilot will do an altitude hold this time. It seemed to want to go to the bug, so let's just change the bug on the heading a little bit that way. Right, let's get it roughly level. Right, autopilot, heading, hold, and click. Let go of the stick. Nice, right, now I can actually rest my hand for a few minutes. Wonderful. Yeah, just because I've turned the autopilot on doesn't mean I'm not flying VFR anymore, you know? I still am. I'm just resting my hand. So we're going to make the turn. It's not having it though, is it? Let's turn that off. Come on.
London Control, hello again. Speedbird 283 at gate 533. We're ready for the clearance to Los Angeles.
Ah, we're turning.
Speedbird 283, good evening. London Control, clear to Los Angeles.
Right, so I can just show you
Squawk 7751.
So we're here, we're coming up here. So we can...
Okay, departing on the Copton 3 Golf and Squawk 7751, Speedbird 283.
So this section here,
like, 283, read back correct.
We could have flown underneath that at 2,000 feet.
Aero 38, have your clearance and ready to copy.
Oh, hang on. Ready to copy, sir. Aero 38.
Aero 38, clear to enter and transit the Luton control zone, routing the A1M junction 4 VRP, Kimpton Hall VRP through the overhead to Woburn Town VRP. Not above altitude 2,000 feet, VFR, QNH 1014.
Clear to enter and transit the Luton controlled airspace, routing A1M junction 4 VRP, Kimpton Hall VRP overhead Luton, and then Woburn Town VRP. Above altitude 2,000 feet, VFR, QNH 1014, Aero 38.
Aero 38, read back correct, report to airfield Luton in sight.
Wilco, Aero 38. Right, so what I was trying to explain is, well, now we've got the clearance, we can enter this section here. So we could have flown through there underneath, but this section is this bit here. So this section here is 0 to 3,500 feet. So we need clearance. We've got the clearance now from London, so we can enter it. Why are we descending? I told it to hold the altitude. Isn't it having one of those days today, isn't it? We're not paying attention.
London Control.
We're talking to you guys.
We'll report when they're about to take off. Helimed 60.
That's the thing.
Helimed 60, that's all.
We're chatting with you on. I'm not watching the screen. I'm trying to show you transits and other things. Right, let's get it again. Let's try this again. Right, hold the altitude.
Speedbird 283, we're ready for the pushing start.
Hold the altitude. No. Hold.
Speedbird 283, just confirm squawk 7751.
It's trying. Now we're going down. Now we're going up.
Yes, sir. Right now, 7751 squawk code. Speedbird 283.
Speedbird 283, thank you. Stand 533. Passion start approved. Face south. QNH 1014.
Right, nice. So we're inside the controlled airspace now. We have the airfield in sight, Luton, that is 038.
038, right, it's a radar control service, and you're clear to cross the runway 25 threshold. Report north side.
Radar control and clear to cross the 25 threshold. Report north side, 038. So yes, so we've got a clearance to transit the D80Z over the 25 threshold, and we're going to call back when we are on the north side. So yeah, quite simple. I mean, it is simple. People get off put. There's a lot of different phraseology. That's what I think puts a few people off.
London Control, hello again, Lufthansa 6 uniform at stand 216 in Heathrow, requesting IVAO clearance destination Frankfurt.
Why is it going that way? Oh, this autopilot's like really annoying me today.
Uniform, clear to Frankfurt, Gatwick 2 Golf departure, squawk 1151.
Yeah, so it's just a different phraseology, but it's not much different. It's easy enough to learn.
Route and squawk is 1151 for Lufthansa.
As I say, it's quite. I'm going all over the place. We're not paying attention.
Lufthansa 6 uniform, read back correct.
It is quite simple. It's just basically you're asking for stuff and they're giving you it, and you just read it back. You know, so it's like a bit more complex than your standard IFR phraseology. Because standard IFR phraseology, you just request clearance to Gatwick and they're like, clear.
London Control, very good evening. Swiss 465 at flight level 240 inbound Nogro.
Swiss 465, good evening, London Control.
So
Rinus 1 Alpha, arrival, expect ILS runway 22 at Stansted. When ready, descend
So
flight level.
Luton's runway.
Descend flight level 180.
Would be nice to have a few aircraft taken.
Expecting Rinus 1 Alpha, arrival ILS 22 at Stansted and clear to descend flight level 180, Swiss 465.
North side, 038.
038, roger. Continue routing towards Woburn. Which type of service will you require outside control airspace?
I can't speak. Continue routing towards Woburn and basic service is fine, 038.
038, roger, thank you.
Right, so which way are you? Right hand is killing. I really need to have. Whoa, what are you doing? Right, let's see if we can get it toward the altitude again. Maybe, yeah, I think it is. Right. We're going to route towards Reuben. Sweet. Right, it's changed tanks. Everything is looking good.
London Control, runner 2613, level 309, additionally level 190, inbound Atlock.
I'm just going to step away and go
runner 2613, London Control, squawk 1520.
Squawk 1520, Ryanair 2613.
We're ready for taxi, Speedbird 283.
Speedbird 283, taxi holding point November Bravo 2 Echo, runway 27 left, via Bravo and Alpha.
Taxiing holding point, runway 27 left, via Bravo and Alpha, Speedbird 283.
Right, he's back. Now, so you may have heard him say at some point, like, pass message. So what that basically means is he wants my information. Why are we climbing? Come on, trim down then, trim down.
Aero 38, basic service outside control airspace. The Luton QNH still 1014, and report when ready to leave for frequency.
Basic service and QNH 1014, we report to leave frequency Aero 38, thank you.
Ryanair 261 when ready, descend flight level 140.
This autopilot is driving me insane. It's normally quite good, but it's just been stupid today. So let's just retrim, and then we'll see if we can just have a chat. Yeah, so when they say pass message, what they mean is they want you to give them your information, basically. So they want to know who you are, so your call sign. They want to know what you are, so your aircraft type. In this case, I'm a Piper Arrow Turbo 3. You can just say P28S or P28R, or you just say the abbreviation. And then they want to know where you're going from and to. So we're going from Brighton to Sherburn in this case. Then they want to know maybe some routed information or area of operation or intentions, depending on the situation. So yeah, that just depends on what's nearby and what's going on. And they don't want to know where you are, so they want to know what you're near. I don't say I'm near a river, because they won't know where that is. Give them proper information on airports, VORs, waypoints, things that they know where they're going to be, you know. And then then the altitude or flight or level that you're at, the type, the flight rule, so VFR, and then you can also give them, as I say, use proper references, and then what you want. So you want a basic service, you want a traffic service, you want a transit controlled airspace, and then yeah, that's basically it. So you're just giving them your information, which is not something that IFR aircraft do. Because they fire a flight radar. Now it's a little bit weird, because like obviously on a network like this, they have access to your flight plan. They wouldn't possibly have it in real life. So I guess that's why they ask you to pass the information, so they can write it down and sort of make a flight plan maybe or something, you know. But yeah, but it's just basically what I said at the start of the video. So Aero 38, we're a P28S. We're going from Brighton to Sherburn. We're currently just to the south of Cranfield Aerodrome. We're at 1,900-ish feet with VFR, you can add in little things like one POB, POBs, persons on board. You can have the QNH, you want to have the QNH. And then, yeah, we want a transit, we want a basic service,
Lufthansa
so on and
6, uniform,
so
ready for push and start.
Lufthansa 6, uniform, stand 216, push and start approved, face south, QNH 1015.
Push and start approved, facing south, QNH 1015.
Yeah, that's basically it. So that's one thing that a lot of people got confused about, and a lot of people said to me, we don't understand what it is when they say pass message. Yeah, there's a section on the VAX virtualaeroclubs.com website which explains all of that in some nice detail. So yeah, definitely check that out. Yeah, so annoying. Stupid people keep bugging me. I'm a YouTube guru, I will boost your view. I don't care. It's for fun. It doesn't really matter if there's one person or 1,000. It's all fun if someone gets pleasure.
5 flight level 120.
Out of watching it too. I'm going to put this video actually
Descending flight level
on the
120
VAX
for
channel.
45.
We have a Virtual Aero Club's YouTube channel. I'm streaming now on my personal channel, Simulation, because I can't live stream on the VAX channel until I've had at least uploaded one 15-minute video. So I'm going to probably download this stream and then re-upload it onto the VAX channel, and then yeah, try and put some more content on there as well. So I mean, I'm thinking maybe some more streams. I also like to do a little bit of controlling, so maybe a couple of controlling videos. That'll probably be on my personal channel now. We're going to keep VAX, the Virtual Aero Club's YouTube channel, strictly for
fully ready for
VAX
departure,
related
283.
Stuff.
Speedbird 283, service wind 200 degrees 6 knots, runway 27 left, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27 left, Speedbird 283.
Oh, my mouth is... I should have brought a drink, but like a stupid person, I didn't. So yes, I'm suffering a little bit now. So, yeah, we can do multiple different things now, actually, because we're outside. We can go up to 4,000 feet if we wanted to, which would be more efficient for the fuel. But we can climb above the 2,000, so let's go up to...
Ryanair 1824, London Control,
yeah, it'd be
5.
4.5, but I don't want to go that high, so...
London Control, Ryanair 1824 at Manchester. We are ready to copy IFR clearance for Mérignac.
Ryanair 1824, it's the wrong London, unfortunately. Contact London Control 128.130.
128.130, Ryanair 1824.
Yeah. We're doing alright, to be fair. We're only burning about 10 gallons an hour. And we loaded like 34, I think. I did do the route planning, that was 33. We're gonna need a bit of extra for orbiting and things like that, so...
London Control, good night. KLM 68 Victor.
KLM 68 Lima, London Control, pass message.
KLM 68 Lima, stand 409 Heathrow, 737, request clearance to Schiphol.
KLM 68 Lima, clear to Schiphol, Brackmans Park 7 Golf departure, squawk 6221.
Clear to Schiphol via Brackmans Park 7 Golf departure, squawk 6221. KLM 68 Lima.
KLM 68 Lima, read back correct.
Lufthansa 6 uniform ready for taxi.
Lima, ready to.
Lufthansa 6 uniform, roger, taxi holding point, November Bravo 3, runway 27 left, via Kilo and Alpha.
Taxi to holding point, November 3, runway 27 left, via Kilo and Alpha, Lufthansa 6 uniform.
Speedbird 283, climb flight level 150 unrestricted.
Climbing flight level 150, no restrictions, Speedbird 283.
Swiss 465, descend flight level 90.
Descending flight level 90 for 45.
London Control, KLM 68 Lima.
Ryanair 2613, descend flight level 80.
Yeah, there's ATC talking, so I'm just letting you listen.
Ryanair 2613, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, Ryanair 2613.
KLM 68 Lima, pass the message.
KLM 68 Lima, we have ready to perform a pushback. Sorry about that. We are on taxiway Tango, facing north, ready to taxi.
KLM 68 Lima, no worries. Taxi over point 01, runway 27 left, via Sierra.
Taxi holding point 01, 27 left, via Sierra. KLM 68 Lima, thank you.
KLM 68 Lima, QNH Heathrow 1015.
QNH 1015, KLM 68 Lima.
Control the base with 09, flight level 350 and direct to VDOC.
Swiss 709, good evening, London Control, roger.
London Control, Helimed 60.
Helimed 60, pass the message.
Current location is Tunbridge Wells Hospital. We want to have request clearance for takeoff and route southwest towards Mansfield. Helimed 60.
Helimed 60, roger, takeoff at your discretion, surface winds now at Gatwick, 210 degrees, 4 knots.
Takeoff at own discretion, AFM on the winds. Helimed 60, thank you. Lufthansa 6 uniform ready for departure.
Swiss 465, turn left heading 215.
Left to 215 to 465.
Lufthansa 6 uniform, surface wind 200 degrees, 7 knots, runway 27 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 27 left, cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa 6 uniform.
A little bit of mist coming up. Looks very misty over there. Now, he's a Mr. Cloud. Nah. I don't think it is. I think it's mist. I just call it cloud of a rise, aren't there? So we'll keep pressing on. We'll see if there is some clouds. Looking like there's some clouds on the horizon, so we'll see how we get on.
Swiss 465, descend altitude 4,000 feet, stands as QNH 1015.
Descending 4,000 feet, QNH 1015 to 45.
Aero 38, East Midlands QNH is now 1013.
Aero 013, Aero 38, thank you. The control Aero 38.
Aero 38, pass message.
We're going to take advantage of the ATC online at East Midlands and request transit via the M1 junction 22 overhead East Midlands and then out on the north to Trowell, if possible, Aero 38.
Aero 38, roger. Remain at control airspace for now, I'll work on that clearance for you.
Right outside, this is the last transit, by the way, Aero 38, thank you.
No worries at all.
Blocked.
Swiss 465, turn right heading 360 degrees.
Right 360 degrees to 45.
KLM 68 Lima, line for runway 27 left.
So, we're going to transit East Midlands rather than Birmingham because there's ATC online at East Midlands, so makes more sense, much more fun. So we're going to head to I've asked the route to the M1 junction, whatever it was, 22, overhead and then out on the Trowell, I can't pronounce it.
Runway 22, Ryanair 286, no correction, 2613.
Down to 6 uniform, climb now, flight level 170.
The hell have I done? So, it's very small.
170, Luton 6 uniform.
I still can't see it, hang on. Should the vertical speed indicator, there we go, that's okay. Right, so, let me make this a bit bigger. So, this airspace here, I'm okay to 6,500, I'm way below that. 5,000, 4,500.
Good evening,
this was 4,500, this is 2,500, so I want to be below 2,500 feet before I hit this section,
Foxtrot, good
and then I'll be good.
Control, climb now, flight level...
so we're already at 2,500, so I'm going to go a little bit lower. What's that place? That's an old abandoned airfield according to a little nav map. So it's such a shame, but a lot of smaller airfields, they are trying to upgrade them and such, aren't they, which is good. So we can fly along, come underneath it, so we're going to be underneath, again you can, airspace is three-dimensional, so you can be underneath it, you know. A little bit of mist, I'm a little bit worried. We're not going to be able to see. We have got some visibility.
Like, 465, left heading 300 degrees.
Guessing that's Leicester.
Left 300 degrees to 45.
I can see that, and that is like 5 kilometres away, 6.5 kilometres away, so we're
KLM
still
68
good.
Lima, surface wind 200 degrees, 7 knots, runway 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff 27, KLM 68 Lima.
Ryanair 2613, departing level 80.
Ryanair 2613, roger. Swiss 465, turn left heading 250 degrees, one localizer established, runway 22, descend on the glide.
Left to 250, cleared to intercept localizer runway 22, descend on glide to 45.
So we can bring it down to 1,500 feet. Visibility in sight of
Ryanair 2613, after Barkway, turn right heading 060 degrees.
After Barkway, turn right heading 060 degrees.
It's not looking good, is it? Should we just push through it? It'd be naughty. Yeah. We could just tweak we could just change the time, see if that helps.
Control map,
We have said we are staying. We are
Maffei 532 Foxtrot,
not
control
using real time. We're using real weather, but not real time. So I think we have the visibility still to proceed. I think we do. Maybe not that way. We're gonna have to turn around, I think. I don't know, I don't want to turn around. We need to be going this way. We have still got enough visibility, I
532 Foxtrot, London.
Yeah, I think we've still got enough visibility. I'm not a professional pilot or anything. I've never had any flight lessons or anything.
Feet, QNH
But I think we can still see far enough. Right, the industrial estate up ahead is like 2 miles.
Climb flight level 390.
That's more than 1,500. We can see past that.
390 Lufthansa 6
That's 1,500 metres.
Malpe 5332 Foxtrot, climb flight level 190.
Tough decisions in it. Probably not, but it's not. It's a simulator, so.
KLM 68 Lima, climb now, flight level 150.
Flight level 150 now, KLM 68 Lima.
Swiss 465, established altitude.
Swiss 465, contact Santa Tower 123.805.
Tower 123.805, Swiss 465, bye-bye.
Let's get the tower frequency in. 1, 2, 4005.
Aero 38, Southern Control will have your clearance.
Ready to copy, Aero 38.
Aero 38 clear to enter and transit the East Midlands control zone via routing the M1 junction 22 VRP through the overhead to Trowell VRP, not above altitude 2,000 feet VFR, East Midlands QNH 1013.
Need to enter and transit the East Midlands control zone via the M1 junction 22 VRP overhead, and then Trowell VRP, number altitude 2,000 feet VFR, and the QNH is 1013, Aero 38.
Aero 38, rebar correct, report East Midlands in sight.
Report airfield in sight, Aero 38. Yeah, we can easily see. That's East Midlands there, I reckon. Look. Is it? No, East Midlands goes the other way. What the hell is that? It's just a building. So I reckon...
Ryanair 2613, turn right, heading 130 degrees.
Sort of...
Heading 130, Ryanair 2613.
over this way, look. Let's see what we can see. That's going to give us
our target inside. We'll report before take off. Helimed 60.
Helimed 60, that's all. Copy, roger.
That's it there. So we're like 7 kilometres, 7 miles visibility. We have East Midlands in sight, Aero 38.
Ryanair 2613, turn right heading 190 degrees, cleared ILS approach runway 22.
Right heading 190 degrees, cleared ILS approach runway 22, Ryanair 261.
Aero 38, contact East Midlands Tower 124.005.
East Midlands Tower 124.005, Aero 38, thank you, see you soon.
See you soon. KLM 68 Lima, climb flight level.
East Midlands Tower, hello, Aero 38.
Aero 38, East Midlands Tower, good evening to you. Cleared cross, runway 27 threshold report on the north side.
Cleared cross 27 threshold report north side, Aero 38, thank you. Nice and simple, how it should be. Yeah, look, there's visibility now. What the heck is that? Power station, nice. We're just going to head with the 24 threshold. And we're going to report on the north side, and then we'll go back to London, and then we'll probably switch out to Unicom, and then just barrel steam it up to Sherburn, I think. We'll see. We're leaving ourselves a teeny little buffer, 200 feet, so not much, but it should be enough, as long as I pay attention. So yeah, over East Midlands again, sadly no aircraft. There was one departing, but we missed it. We'd have been about half an hour earlier, we'd have maybe seen him taking off, which would have been cool, but you can't have everything. I flew in a pre-exam on the other day, and there were like 4 aircraft lined up on the taxiway waiting to depart, so that was quite cool. But north side, Aero 38.
Aero 38, roger, contact landing control now 135.055, bye-bye.
The control 135.055, thanks to transit, bye-bye, Aero 38.
Thanks for flying, see you later.
Hotel arrival, expect ILS 27 right, descend, flight level 80.
expecting ILS approach for runway 27 right, descent flight level 080, speedbird 178.
London Control, hello, Ryanair 7 Mike, God is passing flight level 340, descent to altitude 2,500 feet.
Ryanair 7 Mike Golf, good evening, London Control, squawk 3201.
Squawk 3201 for Ryanair 7 Mike Golf.
Service 709, my service terminates, pre-exchange approved, Unicom 122, decimal 8.
Thank you, sir, bye-bye. Swiss is alright now.
Lufthansa 6 uniform, contact Brussels Control 131, decimal, stand by. Lufthansa 6 uniform, just technical gets there. Contact Brussels Control, it's 131.1.
Contact Brussels, 131 this way 100. Lufthansa 6 uniform, and have a good night, bye.
Good night. Ryanair 7 Mike Golf, Hotel 21 Lima, arrival for Stansted, when ready, descend flight level 190.
So for Stansted, Hotel 1 Lima arrival and descent flight level 190 for Ryanair 7 Mike Golf.
Control, hello again, Aero 38.
Aero 38, London Control, roger, break, Ryanair 26251, climb now, flight level 240. Aero 38, so you leave the controlled airspace shortly, which service you require outside?
Basic service, and we're going to switch to London North. I think we're getting quite close, Aero 38.
Aero 38, roger. You're just on the outskirts of my London information service. So contact, so squawk contiguity and the free call London Control 128.130, have a good flight.
Squawk contiguity and contact London Control 128.130. Thanks to the transit, have a nice evening, bye bye.
Three knots, runway 23 right, cleared for takeoff.
Now, here's the thing. I have actually changed from London South to London North. Now, it does sound like I haven't, but trust me, I have. It's a different person. Yes, but honestly, it's a different person. You'll have to just trust me on this. London Control, good evening, Aero 38, requesting basic service.
Aero 38, good evening, London Control, pass your message.
Aero 38, a Piper Arrow Turbo 3, Brighton to Sherburn. Currently just north, or well, quite far north of East Midlands, 2,500 feet VFR. Requesting 1 POB, requesting basic service, Aero 38.
Aero 38, thank you. Squawk 1177 with Mo Charlie.
1177 Mo Charlie, Aero 38.
Aero 38, thank you. It's a basic service. Nearest QNH is East Midlands, QNH 1013.
Sorry, pardon me. I do apologise, I couldn't mute in time. QNH is 1013 East Midlands, 038, thank you. I deeply apologise. I pressed the wrong button. I have the 0 key on the numpad to mute.
Right, 1824, climb flight level 190.
So I do apologise.
190.
I hate things like that, so yeah, I do sincerely apologise. Under control, Aero 38.
Aero 38, pass message.
Just FYI, we've broken off our flight and we're going to head directly for Sherburn. Aero 38.
Aero 38, roger.
Under control, Aero 38.
Aero 38, pass message.
The boss has returned from watching a film, so I'm going to have to land. I'm going to divert to Cole Ashton and land there, Aero 38.
Aero 38, that's no problem at all. And if you wish now, school conspicuity and frequency change approved. Have a good evening.
School conspicuity, sorry for the lack of transits. Hopefully next time you're on, I'll come and annoy you and do so. Have a nice evening, Aero 38. Conspicuity 122.8.
Oh, it's no worries at all, mate.
So, as you can probably hear, the boss is back, so I'm going to have to end the stream because she's too inappropriate to be allowed on a stream. So, I wish you all a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.